If you're looking to start a YouTube channel or get into streaming on platforms like Twitch, and maybe you're not totally tech savvy when it comes to things like audio interfaces, well, I'm going to show you an audio interface that was tailor-made to be exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Let's roll that intro. What's up, YouTube universe? This is Jacob Dark. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button and that notification bell, especially if you're looking for more reviews on the latest tech-related gear and help me reach my current goal of 25,000 subscribers. As always, I'll put a link in the description of this video with the lowest possible price I could find on this product, so let's not waste any more time and get into today's video. The Presonus Revelator Io24 is a USB-C 24-bit 96K audio interface aimed at streamers, podcasters, and yes, music production, and retails for $199. Before we get into the software side of things, let's check out the build quality and connectivity. It's housed in an all-metal, maybe aluminum body, small enough to fit in any setup at only 2.5 inches height, 6.25 inches width and depth, and weighs in at only 2 pounds. On the front, from left to right, we have two X-Max L mic preamp line inputs with a whopping 60 dB of clean gain, which means it can handle the super popular gain-hungry SM7B. Not all interfaces have that much gain, which could mean you'd have to buy additional accessories, but just know that here you're covered. We then have your screen, which gives you info like input level, volume level, which when you click the rotary knob lets you switch between monitor, headphone, and monitor blend, and your output levels on the right. Below that, we have input 1 and 2, a back button in the center with your preset buttons under that. When you click preamp 1, it brings up a sub-menu which lets you adjust your gain or volume levels, as well as turn on phantom power, which is needed to power condenser microphones, a high-pass filter to cut low frequencies, turn it off and on and see what you prefer, and switch back and forth between your selected presets. On the back, we have your USB-C connection. This device is USB-C powered, so you won't need to plug it into the wall. MIDI in and out, which if you're not familiar is for connecting instruments like keyboards. 1/4-inch TRS monitor outputs to connect a pair of studio monitors or speakers, and a headphone output. For those who it concerns, the analog to digital and digital to analog converters have a dynamic range of 105 dB, and the headphones output provide a range of 32 and 300 ohms and sound just fine with my 250 ohm DT990s. So let's talk about the Universal Control software and how it can make your stream, podcast, or channel a breeze. Upon opening, we're greeted with a small menu, which on my computer only the sample rate and block size or buffer settings are accessible. So if you notice a delay in your voice, you can lower this number here, which does put a little bit more strain on your computer, so if you start to get audio dropouts, performance lag, or audio glitches, you can raise it back up and just try to find your happy medium. Double-clicking anywhere on this bottom section opens up the full Universal Control app. The top section is going to be your FAT channel, which is pretty much your special effects section. You can turn it on or off with this yellow power icon. On the left, we have a hotkey effect where you can assign a preset, as well as two standard preset buttons underneath. Now, when you select one of these presets, you can then move your dial, and whatever preset you choose will be assigned to that button. Let's choose Broadcast here. I'll then select Vintage Channel here so it's assigned. We can then switch back and forth on the fly with the hotkey as a third option. Alternatively, you can push the preset button on the interface to switch between your two standard presets. Under FAT channel, we have more in-depth selections including high-pass filter frequencies, noise gate levels, how much compression you'd like to add, EQ presets, limiter, and more voice special effects options under the Voice tab. Clicking that channel brings you to the most in-depth user settings aimed at more seasoned users. What I especially like is that the compressor section, besides a standard graph compressor, also has an LA2A and 1176 clone. Likewise, the EQ section, along with having a standard graph equalizer, has a passive Pultec clone, and I'm not quite sure what the vintage is supposed to replicate. Maybe someone can help me out in the comments below. Some more fun in the voice section includes the doubler, which sounds more like a reverb to me. Here is the detuner, and then we have your vocoder, come in Megatron. Then we have your ring modulator, which again sounds very Decepticon. Filter, which has a bunch of adjustments. And finally, we have your delay, which does sound like a delay. The bottom section is your mixer section, which on the first two channels allows you to turn on and off your 48-volt phantom power, turn up your gain or volume, add reverb with this virtual knob here. You'll also want to make sure that you turn the reverb volume up or down here on the right side, turn up and down your volume level, and mute or solo the track. We then have your playback track, loopback 1 and 2, where you can assign other sources like, say, a Zoom call on your podcast, your reverb track, and a mix section to select sources, and a master, main, volume, level, and meter. When you're ready, just hit the Stream Mix button on the top right, adjust your volume levels, and you're good to go. If you have an iPad, Windows, or Android tablet, you can control your software via Presonus's UC Surface app. I don't personally have any of those, so I couldn't test it, but it's a feature worth noting. We covered a lot here, and I hope it doesn't seem like information overload, but in my experience from a customer service and tech support standpoint, Presonus has been great. They've taken care of me, and I'm pretty sure they take care of you as well. The last thing I'd like to mention is that in addition to the interface, you're getting Studio One Artist 5, a solid and popular recording program that I myself use to make YouTube videos and retails for $99 on its own. When you factor that in, as well as the onboard DSP or special effects included, the loopback abilities, and stream mix function, this really is all you need to get started so that you can stop worrying about what to buy and start doing what really matters, creating your content. That's going to do it for today. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those in the comments below. Until next time, thank you for watching, stay tuned, and have a great day.